Hi everyone. So now we go to chapter 7. So chapter 7.a, bonds. So what is bond? A bond is a debt security. So this is similar to loan, but there is one difference. A loan is bilateral. So for example, I can lend you a loan. Then actually, even if I need money before maturity, then I cannot get any money from anyone. The bond is different because a bond is transferable in financial market. So suppose that you issue a bond and I buy it. So basically this is the same as you borrow money and I lend money. But if I need some money, then I can sell that bond to another investor to get some money immediately. So in this sense, the bond is more convenient to trade the asset at any time. So the one important concept for bond is if the cash inflow is fixed, for example, the amount paid at maturity is fixed, then a higher price or a higher present value, we can say, implies a lower yield or interest rate. So one example. So think about two situations. The first situation at time 0, the price of the bond is $95. For bond buyer, this is cash outflow. And this bond matures in 1 year and at $100. So in this case, what's the interest rate or yield rate? So yield rate is basically 100 over 95 minus 1, because $95 becomes $100 and we subtract principal. So this is 0.0526, so this is 5.26%. Okay, so think about another case that price is 90 at time 0. In this case, the yield rate is 100 over 90 minus 1, so this is 0.111, so this is 11.1%. So actually, the yield rate is higher. So price is lower, so 90 is lower than 95, and yield rate is higher. So this can be understood in this way. So suppose you have yield rate of 11.1%, okay? Then at some day, it just dropped to 5.26%. If you haven't bought bond, maybe you regret that you didn't buy the bond because the rate goes down. So that means that if you bought the bond beforehand, then you're happy and you will get benefit. So that is reflected by the fact that the price increases from 90 to 95. Okay. So price is higher, yield rate is lower. If $90 becomes $95, that is successful investment, and you can interpret this as different way. So yield rate dropped. Then if you invested beforehand, then that was the right investment. So you can see why higher price means lower yield rate. Okay, so objectives of this chapter. So first, get used to bond terminologies. So this is most important. And second point, determine the yield given cash flow. And the third one, determine the present value given the yield rate. But actually, the last two are very similar to earlier chapters. Chapter 3, 4, and 6. So we do similar thing to annuity, perpetuity, and also amortization schedule. But these are technically very similar to earlier chapters, so get used to bond terminologies are the main goal of this chapter. Okay, see you then.